Hey, good morning, folks. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. My theme today, and I've been hinting at this for the past week or so, is the question, is winter quote-unquote toast after we get through this weekend? Now, I want to preface that first off, I think it is probably toast. We'll still have 1 or 2 days with snow. We still could have a quote-unquote snowstorm. We still could have a monster snowstorm. Never count that out in Michigan until April 15th, regardless of the weather pattern. But long-lasting days stretched together that feel like deep winter, like it should, in the second half of February and early March, probably not going to happen. Now, what we're starting off this morning with is a wider perspective in case you're going to try to drive away from winter today or tomorrow. I would suggest tomorrow because you can see a snow moving through Illinois and Indiana into Ohio. That's a 2 to 5 inch snow for today. So, you know, if you're someone like a snowbird that's going south for a month and you're going to drive and you got some time, tomorrow is probably a safer day. Now here in Michigan, you see some snow in the snow belts, Kalkaska area to Gaylord and Grayling and Traverse City area, and then also in the UP. And there's a winter weather advisory for up to 8 inches of snow in those spots. Here's the radar forecast. And most of us just see flurries today, and the snow belts see some heavier lake effect snow. Let's say good morning to Clay Bowen. Thanks for watching. And Judy Henderson, Paul Lynch, good morning to you. So this is this afternoon and this evening, and you can see the whirling vortex across northern Lake Michigan. This is what I call a lake-induced mesovortex, and it comes into the Traverse City area tonight. So northwest lower, Petoskey, Charlevoix, Kalkaska, Traverse City area, Frankfort, Benzonia, Cadillac, you're going to get a burst of snow. I would call it 3 to 8 inches. James Romine, you might be talking about the calendar, but I'm talking about the actual weather. Will it feel like winter? And I'm telling you, no, it will not. So then here's Saturday, still snow showers, a general light snow coming across northern lower Michigan and the UP on Saturday, and Sunday some snow showers. So it is a winter weekend, no doubt, across all of lower Michigan, with the exception maybe the far south. We'll look at that in a second here. Let's look at the total snowfall forecast. This is through tomorrow morning, noon. So look at Petoskey and look at Boyne City and Kalkaska and Traverse City and Cadillac. That's a 3 to 6 inch snow, some spots 6 to 9 inches. Mansalona to Boyne City. Excuse me. UP, that looks like the deep of winter, and it is. Hi, Bob Clark. And in the southwest corner, a couple of inches. Kalamazoo, Allegan. So yeah, guess what? Treacherous travels and lake effect. Now we go into Sunday morning, add on a little bit in the UP, add on a little bit northern lower. Northern lower, you're going to have quite a bit of snow this weekend. So don't be surprised at that. But look at Saginaw Bay City through Flint to Ann Arbor, Detroit, you know, a trace or less. Now, let's go into the future and start to look at, is more winter weather coming? So here's our snow to our south that I'm advising you to wait a day if you can. That's a 2 to 5 inch snow, which isn't the greatest in Indiana and the hills of southern Ohio and Kentucky. This is Monday. dry weather, and this is Tuesday. We get into a southwesterly flow, and already the cold air for the weekend is eroded away. Wednesday, a cold front tries to come through, switch our wind to the northeast, and the lakes are still cold. Even though there's no ice on them, the lakes are still cold. So, anytime you get a northeast wind, you're stuck in the 30s. Next weekend, maybe a little bit of a clipper. 10 days out, very quiet. So as far as amounts of precipitation or a widespread big storm system, heavy precipitation, it doesn't look like it's in the offing for the next week. Now, look at these wintry temperatures for today. High of about 30, 20s from Grand Rapids to Saginaw northward. Tomorrow, coldest day, I looked it up, since January 22nd. So it's been about a month since we've had highs in the low to mid 20s. Hey, Mark Kyneth, you are most certainly welcome. Sunday, already back to 37 in Kalamazoo, Lansing, Ann Arbor, and Detroit at 41, 42. Still 20s, upper 20s, Traverse City, but back to freezing in Saginaw and back to near freezing in Grand Rapids and in Flint. Monday in the 40s, Saginaw, Flint, Grand Rapids, southward. Tuesday in the low 50s, northern half into the 40s. Wednesday in the 50s from Flint, Grand Rapids, southward. 40s through Traverse City to the Mackinac Bridge into the UP. Next week again, northeast wind, you cool down. Highs in the 30s and 20s. Next Friday could be a wintry day. Then next weekend back to the 40s and the 40s and 50s. And look at 10 days out, February 25th. 60s, just off to our south and west. Now, when I say winter's toast, I mean I think that the last week of February, first couple of weeks of March, southern half of the state is going to have more highs in the 40s and 50s than in the 30s for afternoon temperatures. So here it is. This is the European model, ensemble mode. Remember, 50 iterations, and so it's pretty stable when you look at what's going on out into the future, especially if it shows a strong trend. So we're looking at surface temperature anomalies. This weekend, we're below normal, colder than normal. First time since January 22nd. Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday of next week, we go to 10 degrees warmer than normal. Wednesday, we go to 10, 15, 20 degrees warmer than normal. Try to cool down late next week, and then watch the widespread, long duration, mild temperatures build in. We're at February 28th now. We're at February 29th. Yes, it's a leap year. We're at March 1st. We're at March 2nd. What does that say? That says 10 degrees Celsius warmer than normal. I usually take 1.5 degrees, 2 degrees Fahrenheit for something like that. So you're 15 to 20 degrees warmer than normal. Average high at that point, March 1st, around 35 to 38, southern half of Michigan. So 35 plus 15, 50 degrees. That's not winter to me. Lori Thorne, we always have a last storm in March. Yes, and that's why I say, is winter totally done? No. But a day here or there mixed in with more spring-like days than winter days is looking like what it is. And will we have a snowstorm? We may not. It might be totally done after this weekend and a couple of days late next week. So there you have it. There is the weather update heading into the weekend. Drive carefully. It's a winter weekend. It's snowy. It's treacherous in the northern half of Lower Michigan and parts of southwestern Lower Michigan and in the UP. Flat out winter. And then, like all other cold snaps this year, only a couple of days, and it erodes away very quickly early next week. Hey, I'll talk to you on Monday. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Have a great weekend.